Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. On today's video I am going to be talking about what it's like to get sick in times of COVID. So if you want the juicy just stay right here. I've seen these people like channels where they are eating. So I'm eating my Dominican malanga with salami and onions and tamarindo juice. I don't know how to say that, so I'm just eating Dominican food like a good Dominican, so don't mind me. And I'm just gonna be sharing my story because it's been a journey. And don't mind my lip that is still, we're gonna get there, my friends. Basically, about 10 days ago, my husband wanted to go to Florida, to spend time with his dad through the holidays. And so basically we went there for 5 days. We drove from Georgia, and I don't know, I just didn't want to go this time. For some reason I felt like I was gonna get sick, and I thought I was gonna get sick with COVID, to be honest with you. It was like one of those things, like my gut was like, I'm gonna get sick in Florida this time. I don't know why. Hold on one second because I'm hearing like a cop or something. Anyways, so I was saying that I felt like I was gonna get sick. Why not? I said I am going to go anyway. Imagine, it's life, I have to go. And I decided to go there. Through those 5 days I had a great time. I didn't feel anything at all. We drove back on the 28th of December, and that same night I felt like my body was like kind of like sore, but I took it okay. I've been driving for 8.5 hours. Of course it's that I'm gonna feel better in the morning. In the morning I didn't feel better. I was feeling like still a little sore, nothing weird. And one of my husband's friend had COVID, and we were just calling her just to make sure that she was okay and all this stuff. And I asked her, hey, were you feeling at the beginning like your body aches, like so sore, like very strange, like you're gonna get sick? She's like, yep, I think it's COVID. So I'm like, oh shit. Daniel, my husband, was like, well, maybe it's on your mind. And I went to bed that night not feeling very well, but I wasn't feeling like bad. And little did I know, I woke up the next morning with light fever and the worst body aches and sore throat I've had in my entire life. And let me tell you, since I was a little kid, I've always had sore throat. So I've always had staphylococcus and all this stuff, and I've had my fair share of diseases. I've had dengue, chikungunya, like you can think about it. I'm Dominican, I have all the diseases, all of them. I ended up having them for some reason, and this is the worst body aches and worst sore throat I had in my entire life. For the next 4 days I was having high fevers, worst body aches, having sore throat. I developed ulcers all over my mouth. I still am healing. I had between 9 and 10 sores and ulcers in my mouth that were extremely painful, including my tongue, my palate, my gums, my sides, everywhere. I had this shit that I didn't know what it was. Like, I didn't know what the heck it was. And after 4 days of trying to like kick this, flu or whatever, like bacteria that I thought I had, I told my husband, I am in so much pain. I need to go to the ER immediately. So because I didn't have insurance, we decided it was just best for us to go to the urgent care, because it's like about like $200 for a consultation. We can afford that. We went to the first urgent care. They didn't take me because I was having COVID-like symptoms, and they thought there is a chance that you have COVID, so you don't have a negative test, therefore I cannot assist you. We went to the second urgent care, same story. Imagine it being in so much pain, having fever. That day I had a fever 103 degrees, is what the hospital told me. We'll get there. And they tell you, oh no, I can't just not help you. I'm sorry, I won't be able to see you today. What the? You guys are the doctors. If I cannot go to the doctors, where the fuck am I supposed to go? Someone explain to me. Like, I had no idea this is the situation in America right now, at least in Atlanta. I don't know about America. This is my experience in Atlanta. And in my gut, I knew it was no COVID because I was not having any coughing. I was not feeling any chest pains. We have friends and family. I have currently friends and family that have COVID. So I talk to them on a regular basis. I know what they're feeling. They lose their sense of taste and smell pretty early on. They start coughing. They have runny noses. They do have sore throat and fever, but there's other more significant symptoms. So I knew from the beginning, I felt like I was dying and nobody was helping me. And I knew it was no COVID, but of course they needed proof. I had taken already that same day COVID test just in case, because everybody's having COVID. And I'm like, well, maybe I do have COVID. I'm just not coughing yet, or I'm not losing my sense of taste and smell yet. And I did that, but they don't give you the results right away. Oh, goodness gracious. After 2 urgent care clinic visits that I failed miserably, I was just crying, and I recorded this video. I'm just gonna put the clip real quick. This is how I was feeling at the time. I'm gonna also post a few pictures after that on how my mouth was looking and, you know, all this stuff and the progression and all that. But yeah, let's do this. I have been kicked out of 2 different clinics in urgent care. I started 3 days ago with a very bad sore throat with fever and body aches. I did the COVID test yesterday, and they say they have to wait until it results. I don't have COVID. I have a step through. Look. It's very hard to speak, and nobody would help me. They say they're supposed to be heroes, but they just kick me out of there, don't let me get help. This is very frustrating because I don't feel good. Even if I cannot go to the doctors, what am I supposed to do? These people are the ones who need to be helping other people. And they made a commitment when they got the license to do that. If it wouldn't be because I have antibiotics at home that my parents brought me from the DR, I don't know what I would be doing right now. I feel hopeless. And nobody would help me. I need help. I don't understand how I cannot be seen. They're doctors. This is what they sign up for. They need to help people. This is very frustrating because what am I supposed to do? That's why people are dying. Because if they get worse, then they take them, I guess. What am I supposed to do? Just die? This is awful. Alright, so that was it. As you can see, I was feeling pretty beat up, and it's not for less. Like, I went to 2 clinics and they didn't want to take me because they thought I had COVID. Again, if you cannot go to the doctors, where are you supposed to go? So the end of the story is, after that, we decided to go to the hospital, which is of course 1,000,000 times more expensive. And as I don't have insurance, I don't even know, I haven't received that bill, and Jesus help me. But anyway, long story short, it was a whole experience. First off, I told my husband, I'm not getting out of the car. These people are not going to see me. I'm just going to go home and die. And that's just going to be it. That's going to be my end. This is how I end, with a bunch of ulcers in my mouth and a bunch of pain all over my body. And this is it. So, he went inside for me, and the hospital said, yeah, we're going to take you in. But we're going to put you in one of those COVID isolation rooms because she's definitely having COVID-like symptoms. And since we don't know for sure whether it's COVID or not, we need to treat it as it is COVID. So they took me in. They told my husband he couldn't be there for obvious reasons, COVID times. It was so lonely, you guys. I totally understand people that have to be at the hospital for days of how lonely it feels. I saw doctors twice during like around 8-hour period, and most of the time they were calling me on the phone just to make sure I was okay, any symptoms, any results coming back, because they were trying to figure out what it was. And my official diagnosis didn't come until yesterday. Yes, yesterday, after everything is said and done, and a million medications that I had to take. But they were trying to figure out what it is. They took strep throat test, it came back negative. They did herpes, it came back negative. They did mononucleosis, they came back negative. They did all these type of diseases, and all of them came back negative. And I had no idea what I had. And so they decided to send a culture, which is something they took out of my throat, a sample, and they were gonna send it to like to rest bacteria for a couple of days, and they were gonna call me back. And so because they didn't know what it was, they sent me, I did 3 type of treatments. I did cortisol treatments for my body aches, because nothing would take that pain away. I was in so much pain. I just want to keep this for the record. Like, you guys, try not to get sick. This is not time to get sick right now. Like, you don't want, it's not fun to get sick. It's just not fun. And I was doing the cortisol, and I was doing ibuprofen. I was doing 2 different type of antibiotics. I took azithromycin, citromycin, whatever the name is. That shit didn't work. After 3 days, I was still having fever like no tomorrow. Then they switched it to amoxicillin, which just started helping a little bit. I took medication for herpes because of the amount of ulcers I was having in my mouth, even though the test came back negative. I was taking ivermectin, which is the medicine in Dominican Republic they're using to treat parasites, just in case. And all of that was, of course, approved by the doctor that saw me. But with this, I'm trying to say the experience was not pretty. It gets very lonely in there. You see people twice. They call you over the phone for everything else just to make sure. And the times that you see people is just to take your vitals, and also to they did a COVID test repeatedly at the hospital just to make sure. And the cultures and all these other tests and shots. I got a few shots to help my fever to go down and all this stuff. And I just didn't see anybody else. All I had, it was me, my phone, and a freaking ventilator machine behind me that was like the whole freaking time, because they're putting the machine to try to like help with COVID. They made some studies or whatever. I asked. The machine is so freaking loud, you guys. It was terrible experience. Long story short is, try not to get sick. Some doctors are not even seeing patients, and some other doctors that are being so kind. I'm so grateful that I got to see that lady, because I don't know what I would have done. Like, I have no idea. Like, I would have probably got home, dropped dead. Like, I was so sick, so sick. And I didn't eat anything. Of course, I couldn't. I was in so much pain in my mouth and on my body. So the doctors, after 4 days, I received a call. They sent me Ensured, which is like a drink shake. So I was like trying to swallow that throughout the day, like probably 1 or 2 bottles in a day for the next 4 days. So today's day 8, and yesterday I ate finally. I'm eating now. I love my food, you guys. Like, I need food in my life. I dropped like about 10 pounds. That's the only good thing I can say it happened to me. But this is the world we're living in, is a pandemic. I'm just gonna close by saying, try to buy everything that you need in case that you get sick. Like the oxygen machine in case that you get COVID, blood pressure machine, just to make sure, because that's how you're gonna know for sure whether you really need to go to the hospital or you can do it at home. You know, of course, if you're feeling like funny and you feel like you need to go to the hospital, and follow your gut. Like, come on, like, I knew I had something. I was feeling terribly for 4 days. I couldn't even move. And then the experience was totally like traumatic for me. So and you guys, COVID is freaking real. I know in my previous video I said I'm not getting the shot, and I'm not getting the shot. It's still not changing my mind for that. But The disease is a real thing and is really killing people. I cannot understand how people are saying this is all a hoax. Yeah, in perspective, there's like, you know, we have to be balanced when we think, but at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is wear your damn face mask, okay? Protect yourself. There's no only COVID. There's many other diseases out there right now. And the experience is not funny when you have to go to the hospital and, you know, and the whole climate we're living in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I sure did not, okay? Making this video was not in my books. It's nothing I wanted to do. Yeah, I'm so grateful that I'm finally feeling better. I am so grateful that I'm not having pains, that things in my mouth are healing finally, that I'm able to eat. Jesus, I'm so grateful for that. You have no idea. So I'm just gonna end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully I can bring more happier content to YouTube. My goal for this year is I want to create a community. I've always wanted to do this. If you go back to my YouTube channel, you'll know like I've been posting videos on and off for the last probably 9 years. But this year I want to actually be consistent because it's something I actually enjoy. If you guys have any ideas of things that you guys want to see, let me know in the comments below, and stay healthy, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this video again, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.